An Oklahoma bishop and his wife are accused of breaking the law and a commandment.
The couple arrested for allegedly embezzling nearly $200,000 from their small church in Meeker.
News 4's Dylan Brown confronted the bishop's wife and talked to the pastor who uncovered their alleged crime.
A shocking scandal has rocked the Pentecostal Church of God in Oklahoma. Bishop Michael Hall and his wife, Vickie Hall, have been arrested for allegedly embezzling over $170,000 from Living Waters Tabernacle Church in Meeker, Oklahoma. What makes this story even more disturbing is how it unfolded and how one man's attempt to do the right thing cost him his job. The whistleblower in this case is Reverend Jerry Beeson, who took over as pastor of Living Waters in October 2024 after Hall was promoted to bishop. Upon reviewing the church's financial records, Beeson discovered serious irregularities. He followed denominational procedures and reported the suspected misuse of funds. But instead of being commended, Beeson was fired from his position, a move many believe was intended to silence him and protect those in power. Beeson's final sermon warned the congregation that the church was at a pivotal crossroads. His courage and persistence ultimately led to the arrest of the Halls, exposing a troubling pattern of financial abuse and institutional cover-up. As Beeson put it, "There's no glory or feeling of satisfaction in any of this, and I hate it for everyone involved." This story is a powerful reminder of what can happen when integrity clashes with institutional loyalty. It's a tale of betrayal, courage, and the painful cost of truth. So stick with me. We're going to unpack every layer of this case. If you're new to the channel, welcome. For someone like me, sharing these stories is my way of making a difference. If you could do me a huge favor, hit that like button and help me reach my goal of 1,000 likes on this video. It's a quick and easy way to support what I do and help spread this important information to a wider audience.
Let's dive into this story. It centers around a church in Meeker, Oklahoma. If you're from Meeker or anywhere in Oklahoma, drop a comment below. We've covered quite a few church stories from this state, and this one is especially wild. The pastor at the heart of this is Jerry Beeson. He's the one who ended up getting fired. I'm going to walk you through exactly how that happened and how it eventually led to the arrest of another pastor and his wife. So here's the setup. Pastor Jerry had been leading a church in Texas before moving to Oklahoma in October 2024. He was appointed to take over Living Waters Tabernacle Church in Meeker, succeeding Michael Hall, who had served as the longtime pastor there. Hall was being promoted to bishop within the Pentecostal Church of God, the denomination that oversees many churches across Oklahoma. At first, the transition seemed smooth. Pastor Jerry mentioned that Hall still lived nearby and was available for guidance, which made things feel stable. But that didn't last long. Soon after stepping into his new role, Pastor Jerry noticed something troubling in the church's records. Money wasn't adding up. Following the church's bylaws, he reported the issue to denominational leadership, filing a formal complaint and triggering an investigation. Now, within the Pentecostal Church of God, there's a strict process for handling accusations. If someone makes a false claim, they can face disciplinary action themselves. But Pastor Jerry had documentation. He believed he had solid proof that funds had been misused under Michael Hall's leadership. Instead of being praised for doing the right thing, Pastor Jerry was abruptly fired. That's where things really start to unravel, and I'll explain exactly how that led to the arrest of Michael Hall and his wife. Stick with me. After the Pentecostal Church of God conducted its internal investigation, they concluded that Bishop Michael Hall was innocent and dismissed all of Pastor Jerry Beeson's allegations as unfounded. Pastor Jerry, sensing that his time at Living Waters Tabernacle was coming to an end, was told the congregation would be allowed to vote on whether he should remain. But before that could happen, things took a dramatic turn. In one of his final sermons, delivered around April or May of 2025, Pastor Jerry preached passionately about false prophets and wolves in sheep's clothing, drawing from the warnings in the book of Matthew. His message was pointed, not only toward Michael Hall, but also toward others in the denomination who, in his view, were complicit in covering up the financial misconduct. And how was Pastor Jerry fired? Not with a formal notice or a meeting. He showed up at the church one day to find the doors locked and the locks changed. Just like that, he was shut out. Reports suggest that other church leaders who had served alongside him were also dismissed. The denomination stepped in, took control of the church, and installed a new interim pastor. It was a stunning response to someone who had simply tried to do the right thing: identify financial discrepancies and report them through the proper channels. Instead of being supported, Pastor Jerry was cast aside. His ministry credentials were revoked, and he lost his title and position within the Pentecostal Church of God. In an interview with Religion News Service, he shared how devastating the experience had been, though he remained hopeful about continuing his ministry elsewhere. But the story didn't end there. Thanks to Pastor Jerry's persistence and a separate investigation by law enforcement in Lincoln County, Oklahoma, Bishop Michael Hall and his wife Vickie Hall were arrested on October 30th, 2025. They were charged with embezzling more than $172,000 from Living Waters Tabernacle, exactly the financial discrepancies Pastor Jerry had flagged months earlier. Despite the charges, the Hall's attorneys maintain their innocence, claiming the allegations are baseless and that they will be fully vindicated. Investigators, however, allege that the stolen church funds were used for personal expenses, and the case continues to unfold.
While serving at Living Waters Tabernacle, Bishop Michael Hall and his wife Vickie allegedly misused over $172,000 in church funds. According to investigators, the money was spent on home repairs, a vehicle for a family member, and various purchases at Hobby Lobby and Walmart. The exact nature of the home upgrades remains unclear, but the total amount spent certainly raises serious concerns. On Thursday, October 30th, 2025, the Halls were taken into custody and charged with embezzlement. If convicted, they could face up to 8 years in prison. Pastor Jerry Beeson, who originally uncovered the financial discrepancies, responded to the arrests with sorrow. He called the situation sad for the entire church, expressing grief not only for what happened to him personally, but also for the betrayal felt by the congregation, many of whom had trusted and admired the Halls. Another voice came forward as well: Amanda, a 38-year-old woman whose mother had been deeply connected to Living Waters and close to the Halls. Amanda shared that in her mother's final days, her only wish was for Pastor Michael Hall to continue leading the church with integrity and care. Her mother had devoted much of her life to Living Waters, and the scandal has left her heartbroken.
For Amanda, hearing the news of Bishop Michael Hall's arrest has been incredibly painful. Her mother was deeply devoted to Living Waters Tabernacle and had placed immense trust in Hall. In fact, Amanda shared through tears that her mother's final wish was for Pastor Hall to continue leading the church with integrity and care. To see that trust allegedly betrayed has left Amanda heartbroken. Following the arrests, the Pentecostal Church of God issued a statement confirming that Bishop Hall has been suspended from all duties pending the outcome of the investigation. It's a significant move, but one that raises questions. After all, Pastor Jerry Beeson brought these concerns to the denomination a year ago, and instead of taking action, they fired him and installed new leadership. It's hard not to wonder what they think now. This isn't the first time a congregation within the Pentecostal Church of God has faced controversy. When Pastor Jerry initially reported the financial discrepancies, Bishop Hall retained full authority. He wasn't placed on leave, and he continued to exercise disciplinary power over others. The system failed to protect the truth. Now, with Hall and his wife facing embezzlement charges, there's a sense of vindication for Pastor Jerry. He stood up for what was right, paid a heavy price, and ultimately helped expose a serious breach of trust. We can only hope he finds a new place to preach and continue his ministry. He seems like a man of deep conviction, and those are rare these days. This is a deeply sad story, but it's also a powerful one. What do you think? Was Pastor Jerry right to speak out? How do you feel about the arrests of Bishop Michael Hall and Vickie Hall? If you're from Oklahoma or have attended Living Waters, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. Your engagement helps this video reach more people. And don't forget to hit that like button to help us reach our goal of 1,000 likes. It's a quick and easy way to support the channel and spread this important story. Share it across your social media platforms to help shine a light on what's happened.